I am Neil, in case you haven't met me before, and this is my channel. And in this channel, I want to talk about work, talk about how work works, the art of work, I guess. And because many people go to work and, well, no, some people go to work and they do their bit and that's it. And that's a brown cow. And there's a sunset. Look at the sunset. So some people do. Why can't I make that sunset come into focus? There we go. Brown cow and the mountains across the valley. Between me and those mountains is Lake Tiano. So I work crossing Lake Manapori, and over there in the background that you can't see beyond those trees, etc., is Lake Tiano. So anyway, here comes a cow to see the brown cow. Some people go to work and they just do their job, and go home, and some people do only the type of work that will get them a promotion. And then some people actually want to master the art of work and actually make things happen. And a lot of my talk that I've been talking about on the LinkedIn profile, on my LinkedIn profile, has been influenced by people like Andy Lasavita. And isn't that a beautiful calf? And has been influenced by Brian G. Burns. And Brian talks about, they're both sales-oriented people. Brian talks about selling as a skill-based profession, not an activities-based profession. But I've moved to this beautiful rural setting for the sake of my family, for the sake of my future. Sales wasn't working for me in the role that I had, so I sold my business years ago. We moved down here 9 years ago, and there's not really any true sales roles here. Don't tell anybody at Real Journeys that they're not doing real sales roles. It's based on marketing. At Real NZ, it's based on marketing. They'll have customer service roles, and you'll have a rep that used to work for Real NZ come around and service the tools, sell tools and bits and pieces, and he was a salesperson at Real NZ too. And you'll have a national sales manager based over in Queenstown, lovely girl. But what I'm really talking about is turning nothing into something. That's what Brian Burns talks about, real sales. So anyway, that's a skills-based profession, and I've been absorbing that over time and trying to think, obviously I had a sales role for a while at Pinnacle & Co, and that was great to have a sales role. But I stopped that and I went and did something else. And I've been working, as they say, on the tools. I've been doing facilities management work, and as a result of that role, I've taken on another role. And so I'm focused now and most people are on the tools, so to speak. They are, to put that in quotes, they're working at something, and maybe it's boring, and maybe they'd like to get ahead. For example, I got contacted in recent times by someone in a certain location working for my previous employer. And he's working for my previous employer, but not anywhere near New Zealand, and was saying, I'd love to come to New Zealand. And I said, look, friend, so to speak. I didn't say it like this, but I said, look, actually, you're better off where you are, because where he is, there's more people and more opportunities. And if he would apply himself and 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 learn some things, he could. I don't know what things he needs to learn, but I'm sure there's things he needs to learn. I need to learn things. If I apply myself, if he applies himself, he'll go up the ladder where he is in his location with that former employer, which has 120 odd thousand employees. He'll easily go up the ladder, whereas I won't have that opportunity here in New Zealand without moving location, just because of the sheer numbers of people that I don't have in my location. And so, but that doesn't matter, because I can learn skills. I can focus on the skills that I need to learn, and I can get one cut above the person who's above me. I can download, as I've talked about this in previous articles on LinkedIn, on my newsletter at LinkedIn. If you don't know, just look up Neil Smith, and I know there's millions of Neil Smiths. Look up Neil Smith and Teanau, Teanau, 2 words, Te, second word, Anau, you'll find me. And in there I have a newsletter. Sign up to the newsletter and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I've been talking about learning skills, and then I talked about a 3-point model in a recent article. and it's worth having a look at. It's an idea that I'm still working on, but my point is that I can learn the skills. I can figure out, hey, what are the things that are missing in this role? Or, hello darling, is my favourite cow. What are the things that are missing in my role that need to be done, that my supervisor has assigned to me, or could assign to me, or his or her person above them, or indirectly above them, like slightly off to the side, but also a supervisor or whatever, or a manager or a line manager, whatever. What are those things that those people can see are needed? Or if you brought that to their attention and you had already worked on a solution for it, what are those things? That's what I've been working on. I've been focusing on. Then in this 3-point model, I say, you need to get attention to those things. Those things need to give you, they need to get attention. The fact that you are doing them is good, but you're never going to get ahead in your work or create a side hustle that can provide you with extra income without doing work. And that's what took me, it's taken me 8 minutes to get here, 8.5 minutes. But that's what I was thinking when I thought, I need to make a video. I've been reading that book, The Alone Advantage. And in that book, The Alone Advantage, in the first section, it talks about something that I really don't like, to be honest. But it's the fundamental foundation of success. And I was reading that today, and I got to the end of that section, the first part, and I thought to myself, no, I received a thought. I need to read that section again, because I'm still bucking and pushing against that foundational idea. It's one thing to learn, it's one thing to know, but can I do it when I'm pushed for time? Can I do that skill? It's one thing to know a skill, it's one thing to learn a skill, but am I competent to do that skill when I'm pushed for time or tired, or am I consistent, is what I'm saying, is am I consistent in that skill? What is that skill? maybe you better read The Alone Advantage. It's available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all these other things. And Terry Savelle Foy wrote it, and it's going to transform my life. Now, there's another person that I enjoy listening to, and that person actually started their online career, their online business, which is being scaled in 2025 to $1 million a year, with this very one skill. I wrote a book about it. Mastered the skill, wrote a book about it. A few years later, she's going from $500,000 to $1 million. That's not bad, is it? So what I'm saying is that no matter where you are in the world, no matter what role you're in, no matter what role I do, whether I be in sales or whether I be in doing something with facilities management, whether I work for a 120,000 employee business or whether I work for a 1,000 employee business, the bottom line is this: there are skills that are foundational to success that most people gloss over. I've glossed over. I grew up without them. Well, I had some skill, but not enough. And they are foundational for people who rise up like cream to the top of a milk bottle. And yeah, those cows did come from a dairy farm. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you another day.